Welcome to a brand new podcast. And as always, this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. For any business inquiries, if you want to put your business on this platform, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. That's the same email if you want to make a donation. We definitely would appreciate that. Free will offerings is always good. evolutionoflondon@gmail.com via PayPal. You can shop online, Tower Baby Shopping Mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of products. That's men's, kids, ladies' clothes, jewelry, house products, and much, much more. evolutionoflondon.com. evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E, for games, DVDs, and more clothes shipped throughout North America. evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates, www.linktree.com/evolution of London. You can support us that way. We have a Patreon channel, which we have videos that's not posted on YouTube, digital artwork and consulting services as well. So that is www.patreon.com/evolution of London. And we on Rumble. Just type in the Oracle 19, like, subscribe, and share. And www.oracle19radio.com. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 12-ounce jars. Scented to unscented candles. Now the scented candles is for the scented candles, excuse me, is frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order, email the company Royalty9 International at gmail.com. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok, Royalty9 International. Luxury candles, over 35 plus burning hours. Royalty 9 International. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, you email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. That's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. And you can check out his website, www.jaaccessories.com, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. DJ Panthro, he's the international DJ. If you want to book for him to come to your venue, email him at djpanthro519@gmail.com. Again, that's djpanthro519, Panthro, Panthro, djpanthro519 at gmail.com. And you'll find him on YouTube, DJ Panthro519. Like, subscribe, and share to his platform. And you'll find him on Instagram and TikTok, DJ Panthro, and his bonus platform, The Real DJ, The Real DJ Panthro. And you will find other links, such as his website, on Instagram and TikTok as well. Again, DJ Panthro. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. You have a whole wide range of different beats. And so once you go to his YouTube channel, you will see his other social media sites. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube, and continue to train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel, as we have over 925 shows to open up your third eye. I need your guys to pass the information out. Just take some initiative and pass the information out. Do me a favor. Pass the information out on your social media, and let's promote it for me. There's a lot of great information as we keep expanding worldwide. And again, I have Qatar and Zambia that is supporting the podcast, and like to say thank you. And on the Greatness 19 channel page, you will see Mr. Evolution. That's our health and wellness channel. So like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London as well. Kenzo World for your Afro beats. And if you want to check him out on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, check out his album Kenzo Discovery, and his single Adora. And his other single you will find on YouTube, all the major platforms as I mentioned, Kenzo. And if you want to book for him to come to your venue, email him at morekenzo@gmail.com. More, MOOR, Kenzo, KEENZO @gmail.com. So support his brand, Kenzo. Check out the Elder Torah. Let the Truth Be Told on YouTube and iHeartRadio. Let the Truth Be Told is his podcast. Elder Torah, you'll find him on YouTube and his podcast on YouTube as well as iHeartRadio. Let the truth be told. Oh. And you'll find very good podcasts and expanding as he have more and more shows. Check him out. Let the truth be told for general education and all-purpose podcasts for your everyday enjoyment. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for podcasts, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, both of those on YouTube. Rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19, and finally www.theoracle19radio.com. Well, today's topic we're going to do, actually, it was a part one to this, but we have a part two. Old school thinking versus new school thinking. And about a year and a half ago, again, the podcast I have over, it's close to 500, put it like this, close to 500 shows. Excuse me while I'm drinking my water. Oh yeah, a lot of shows, but you have to go back to the scrolls, go back to the past and check out part one, the old school versus new school thinking. And I wanted to add on to this, to the thinking nowadays. Now I'm gonna use back and forth. I start with use the sports analogy. I was going through social media, YouTube particularly, and I looked at some old school basketball. That's what triggered me to talk about this topic today. Old school thinking versus new school thinking. But I'm going to touch on in terms of life. And I touched base on this before, but I got to rehash this now. Basketball in the 90s versus basketball now. And this is applicable to everyday life as well, but we're going to get to that later on in the conversation. Now, I like old school basketball. Rough, more rough and tough than it is now, obviously. But 90s basketball, in my personal opinion, also brings character. Being tough-minded, dealing with adversity. You had a lot of tough-minded basketball players back then, and if you come into the court playing ball, you dealt with guys that might rough you up a little bit. Guys like Charles Oakley, Rick Mahorn. I'm just going through these players. You have to Google them. Moses Malone, Karl Malone, Anthony Mason was a rough guy. Those Oakley and Mason played for the New York Knicks. I mean, I like the Knicks. I mean, as a rough defensive team, tough-minded team. The Pistons, Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys was tough-minded team. And I could go on with the list goes on with tough-minded players. Coming from obviously it's a different era. I get it. Because this era is more soft. That's obvious. A lot of people would debate with me with that. But the mindset was different. It's also a product, these guys was product of a lot of them from the 60s era. And a lot of the young people would say those people was born in the 1900s. This is the 2000s. I get it. So the mindset of people of the 1900s is certainly, or born in 1900s, I should say, is definitely different than now. That's the obvious. I know, I get it. But it doesn't take away of the mental toughness, which new school thinking is lacking. Being mentally tough. We more technically savvy now. You know, kids are knowing about the computers at the age of 1. You know, they have the smartphones and laptops. I didn't start learning really computers until high school. It's what it is. But swinging back to let's say, the basketball analogy, it is that playing in that era made you more mentally tough. Where now you bump a person, you even look the person the wrong way is a flagrant one. And if you push that person, if you even touch that person's shoulder and they fall down or flop, a flagrant one. And in basketball terminology, basically that's what we call a hard foul, and you could be depending on the situation, you could be ejected from the game, or you can cause the other team could shoot a free throw. I'm getting into a lot of you is not basketball fans, so this sounds foreign to you. But in translation, the game is more softer, less physical, and that's not even in basketball, but that goes with football too. And they say because it's more dangerous back then and so forth, so on. But this is sports, my personal opinion. This is sports. Sports is a gladiator type of game. And what I mean by that, if you're going back to the ancient Romans, you had gladiator games. It's you against the other person. You fighting to see who wins, and that's the same thing whether it's football or basketball or boxing is you or MMA is you against that person or your team against their team, and y'all fighting to see who wins. And that's it's a gladiator mentality because part of doing the game of basketball, you might have to push and shove and to win the game. That's part of sports. That's how sports was originally created. Now people are gonna say, yeah, sports need to evolve and thus and so, but this carries over to life, and this is where I'm getting at. Life, sports, life similarities. The mindset of people these days obviously is different from the people of the 1900s. Okay, I got it. I get it. Got it. No problem. But look how the world is right now. Now, people is going. And let me slow it down. More mental illness is on the rise. More mentally struggling people, I should say. Now, new school thinkers will say, well, you had mentally ill people back in the days. It just wasn't reported. That is true. But in this technically savvy society we live in, which work is easier per se, life, with the technology or things at your fingertips, a lot of things is easier in terms of life. But you have more mentally ill people now. More people taking pills for everything. Where, let's say, years ago, centuries ago, I should say, you didn't have to, people didn't take these pills, these popping pills for everything. And what I'm really trying to say is the powers that be promotes weaknesses, being weaker. And I'm gonna break that down. What do you mean, Mr. Greatness? I know I might sound like I'm rambling. I'm gonna try to slow it down so I could bring clarity to a lot of my listeners all throughout the world that might not totally understand what I'm talking about. But let's just walk with me. Nowadays, this is old school thinking versus new school thinking. Old school thinking, if let's say, for example, let me give you an example. If somebody is, let's say, at school, is yelling at you, a classmate yells at you, a lot of people is quickly want to run and tell the teacher, oh, he yelling at me or she yell at me. New school thinking, because this is how it's put out within government and or the powers that be, where if you feel bullied, just run and say something. Where old school thinking is if someone is bullying you, you fight back. If somebody hits you, you hit them back. Again, this is old school thinker, Mr. Greatness, coming from a different era, as I'm coming from the 1900s. And I carry that even to this day. You hit me, I hit you back. You try to bully me, we got problems. We're going to discuss this. And it can go either way, however you want to take it. That's the old school thinking. New school thinking, if you bully me, I whine and I tell the teacher. That, again, my personal opinion, makes you more soft than weak. If you are feeling depressed, exercise is very good naturally for anxiety and depression. But if you feel depressed, you take some pills. Old school thinking is you exercise, you maybe meditate, you tough it out, you deal with it, you deal with your adversity. Everybody gonna have feel a little depressed and anxiety over certain things, especially if you are adult, you gotta pay rent, you're gonna feel a little anxiety, a little depressed when you see your money go, when you see your $2,000 go to the landlord, but it gotta be paid, right? That's old school thinking. You're gonna tough it out and you're gonna handle that. New school thinking, you need to take some pills to get you through the day, because after your $2,000 is gone, you need to take some anxiety pills or depression pills because you feel depressed. This is my perspective now. This is the age where you are pushed to be popping pills. New school thinking. Get through the day. This is part of the new school thinking. Pop pills for everything. You look at me the wrong way, take a little pill. If you can't sing, take a little pill. If you walk into the store, you bump your knee, take a little pill. If you feel your knee hurts, take a little pill so you can make it there and back. I know I'm exaggerating, adding on, but there's pills for everything. Long story short. This is why also they have all of these dispensaries, these what I call crack houses. These I call weed dispensaries, crack houses. That's just my talk. So you can smoke weed, breakfast, lunch, and dinner to get you through the day. And people utilize that. They need weed, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Old school thinking, you tough it out. Maybe I should say my old school thinking. I'm not a weed smoker. Many of you not. But you tough it out. You gotta go to the store. Groceries gotta be made. Or groceries have to be. You have to get groceries, I should say. I'm not gonna say, well, let me pop a pill to get myself in that mindset to go to the store. Old school thinking versus new school thinking. Even relationships is different. Old school thinking. Because this new age thinking that we in now, is that working out for you? Look at the world right now. Look at relationships. Women is acting batshit crazy with their ideologies. They say that, you know, they are the boss and in their household. They not listen to the man. They think about it. You know, they think about it. Whatever the man say, they think about it. This is new school thinking. They go out to the clubs, shake their behind, you know, and they got husbands at home, and they, you know, and boyfriends, solid boyfriends, but they go out and they party and they dress how they want. Yeah, I talked about this on other shows too. I give a little bit of all of that. They go and do what they want to do, hang out whoever they want to hang, and again they have boyfriends and husbands. New school thinking. And then the men, because they have this new school thinking, oh yeah, yeah, babe, have a good time. You are my property. Ooh, I own you. Wow. When I had sex with you, you are mine. Where you going? Once I have sex with you and you claim for me to be your boyfriend or a husband, you are mine. I own you, body, spirit, and soul. Where you going to some club? This is the old school thinking. I'm giving you an old school thinking mentality versus new school, okay? I'm not even directly saying this is me saying this. I'm just giving you a perspective of an old school thinker, okay? Again, that's that caveat. It's not me, not necessarily my philosophy. I'm giving you the philosophy of an old school thinker, all right? So walk with me with this. I'm giving you perspectives. I have to say that because then people say, "This is great. This is a bit of science. This is what you think." Blah, blah, blah. Giving you a perspective of what an old school thinker versus a new school thinker. All right, I'm repeating it so you understand. Old school thinker. Let me give you a couple of scenarios. Bitch, you crazy? You think you better go? You better not be thinking about going to a club. What? With your girlfriends? Bitch, I'm your friend. Where you going? Well, I'm going to club with my girlfriends. Shut the fuck up. Bitch, you in this state. You better stay in this house. Where you going talking about going in a club? Dancing around, shaking your ass. Keep your ass still, woman. And go butter some biscuits for me, bitch! I'm just giving you a scenario. You, woman, belong to me. You my property. You don't go anywhere unless I tell you to. You don't go to no club. You kidding me? Maybe you might hang out with your girlfriends if you all baking biscuits together at someone's or at a girlfriend's house or another woman's house. Y'all having a little cooking meeting. But bitch, you ain't going to no club. You crazy? You keep it moving. You better find a new man. Woman, I want you to cook. and be a good cook. Make sure the food is fixed. I want a meal every day. At least every day I go to work, I want a meal and not no TV dinner. You better know how to cook. Women need to know how to cook and clean. I'm giving you an old school thinking mentality. They got to know how to cook and clean and be able to raise my children's well, domesticated to the T. No BBLs and none of that stuff. You work out naturally. Old school thinking here continues. You know how to take care of a man, exfoliate his skin, give him facials or whatever. You know, that's part of taking care of a man. Massages, very good massages. He don't need a masseuse. He got you. That's what you need to do. Teach the children. Teach these kids. Nurture the family. Can you do that, bitch? Again, old school thinking. This is very important. And shut the fuck up. I don't need to hear your voice. I don't need you to overtalk me. I need you to shut the fuck up. That's what I need you to do, bitch. Go to the supermarket and get the groceries, bitch. That's what I need you to do. Wash your stinking fat ass and keep it clean for me, bitch. That's what I need you to do. Old school thinking. Barefoot and pregnant? Well, you're gonna be barefoot when you having sex with me, so you will be pregnant, bitch. Again, old school thinking. I'ma provide for you to the best of my ability. Take care of you. Make sure you set. You don't have to worry about going out here and working for somebody. This is the ideal old school thinking. I know we have to deviate a little bit because we in a different era. I got it. Got it. But I'm gonna switch over to new school because I know a lot of you women is pissed off thinking I'm just giving you this example. It rubs you the wrong way. Again, we're gonna switch to the new, okay? But we're gonna continue on the old right now. Old school thinking. A lot of old school thinkers got this in their minds, but they don't want to say this in the public and to their woman. They scared. Just saying. I get it. Continue. You gotta cook and clean and well. Cook from scratch. Know how to dress. I don't want to see you running around here, leggings, showing your ass all over to the public. Wear a dress. Be modest. If I want you to wear a dress, you wear a goddamn dress. Do as I say. You belong to me. I own you. Old school thinking continues. Again, you are my property. I tell you where to go, what to do. You listen to me. I am your boss. I am your leader on this planet Earth. The man, then the woman, then the children. Got it? You better. We already mentioned about modesty, moral standards of a woman. That is the old school thinking. Now I know a lot of you like, oh, good God, that's why I'm glad I'm in this era, because I could be me and free, and I don't have to listen to a man. Old school men, tough, resilient, don't need popping pills to get through the day. You weak bastard. You don't have to be smoking weed or drinking alcohol, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You weak bastard. This is the thinking of an old school man. You gotta go and work. You gotta support your family. You weak bastard. You're not scared of work. You're not when you know it's tough. When you know you might not have that dollar to feed your family, you gotta find a way to be a hunter and gatherer to provide for your family, women and children, folks. You weak bastard! You gotta go and make that happen because you're a goddamn real man, old school. You have standards and morals. You love your family. You protect your family. You gotta risk your life for your family. You risking your life. If that is your woman and she is supposed to be your helpmeet. She's supposed to be the one that you risk your life. If she's the real woman for you, old school thinking, you're supposed to put your life on the line if necessary to protect your woman and children, folks. That is old school thinking. You might be scared to death of the situation, but to protect your family, you must do it. That is your requirement as a real man. Old school thinking. You weak fucking bastard! Old school thinking. Yes. Old school thinking. Old school thinker. This is the difference between old school and now I say new school. New school man is warm and cuddly. He will, if his woman is in trouble, he would be like, honey, I can't help you. I can't really protect you because my big toe hurt. You could be all right. Go handle that man. I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out. Hold on for a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom. I need some. I need my pills to get myself together. It's morning, babe. Why you put all this pressure on me? Why you put all this pressure on me? I can't fight him. He's too big. I gotta hold on. I need to. I'll be right back. You gotta just talk to him. Ladies, you don't. That's new school thinking. You don't need that. You don't need that. This is new school thinkers. New school men can't protect a fly. New school thinkers, they can't, they have no leadership skills. New school thinking men want to go on social media and argue with another man like a woman. Yo, I see you. Yo, because my sneakers look better than your sneakers. He ain't all of that. You want to tweet somebody on Twitter, or sorry, X. You want to go on Facebook and have beefs. You want to go on Instagram. You want to take a snap, a little picture of yourself with an angry face and send it to another man and tell him, I'm angry at you. This is the new age thinking. This is the modern man. If I'm pissed off at you, you disrespected me, you said something slick, and I know where you live, I want to see you if it warrants that. I'm coming to you face to face as a man and say, what's going on here? Old school thinking. New school thinking, I want to tweet you. I want to Twitter you. I want to X you with a angry face. And then emoji you. And then at the bottom of the emoji, I want to say, I'm angry at you. You hurt my feelings. That's the new age thinking of the man. The new age thinking of the man, he want to have his hair done better than you, miss. He have different color. Now I know I'm gonna hurt feelings. I'm just giving you a perspective of what new school thinkers think and do. I don't know if it touches soul. I'm a soul toucher. I don't mean to offend you per se, but I'm just speaking, giving my perspective, because I don't need these weak-minded, angry guys. You with sending me emojis. Yo, sir, I'm coming to see you. As a matter of fact, they won't even do that. They just want to. Some of them want to get the hammer, the Draco, the goddamn it, and they want to come and see me because I made a comment and saying because their hair is purple and beige with long extensions, and I just say that's in my opinion weak-minded men. Now they want to come with me with the Draco and the goddamn it, and they want to see me because I said I'm talking in general about I think men with all of this different colors in their hair, they have these extensions. A lot of them, they put extensions in their hair. Their hair is looking like their woman. Their woman have long braids with different colors. They got long braids with different colors. And the woman, they like that. They like that. He look good. He's cute with his long purple extensions. Not all these men that have long hair have real hair, It's extensions. And then they put different colors, the purple and red. You see it in the sports. The athletes. They're getting their nails done, putting different colors in their fingernails, purple and red and black. The new age thinking. Again, that's new age. That's the society we live in. So women don't really have real men to look up to. A lot of soft and cuddly men that cry under pressure. They go and when they under pressure, they looking for a hug. Baby, can you hug me? That's the new age thinking. New age thinking, wearing different, purses, men purses. They call it men purses or whatever they call it. Different colors, purses. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. Different color shirts, blouses, men wearing dresses. That's new age thinking. No clean cut manly of a man. Just dresses and blouses and purses, eyeshadow and hair extensions. New age thinking. It's a good thing. I'm just bringing out my feminine side. Well, how can you raise a young man and you still trying to find your feminine side? How can your daughter look up to you as a man, as her father, and you trying to find your feminine side as a daddy? Old school thinking versus new school thinking. No standards, no morals. You don't old school thinking, taking care of your body, your mind, family, unity among your family. New school thinking, every person's out for themselves. Yo, I gotta do me, son. You'll find it on the news. New age thinking, no respect for the elders. Guys, it was an article I read. I think it was in the New York Post or something I got, but I found it somewhere on the media. But you could Google it. I think guy beat up his mother. Guy beating up his moms. So some trivial stuff. New school thinking. No respect for the elders. You, elders is getting robbed in the cities in daytime. I mean, not only you rob the senior, but then you beat them up. Seriously, when old women and old men is getting beat up, you waiting for them at the check cashing place. You robbing them, but then you want to stomp them down. Is it called for that? New school thinking, of course. Old school thinking will have morals and standards. You don't touch the elderly. You don't touch the women folks. You don't touch the children folks. You respect that. Even if you have an argument and you see elderly pass, you let them pass. You see a pregnant woman, let her pass. Children, let them pass. Continue your argument. Not now. They could catch that stray too, which they do. Little children catch the strays. What I mean by strays, bullets. Women catch strays, meaning bullets. They get shot too. And definitely elderly is catching it. No standards, no morals, no respect for each other. New school thinking, of course. Family life has gone down the toilet. You rather just, there's no respect among family. There's no unity among family. We need to bring that back. Now, being our families nowadays is so fractured, my suggestion for me to you is build your own family. Build your family. And it's not necessarily blood. Build your family and unify with people that have like mind. That's how you can still nation build that way. I know that's how I'm looking at life. Not necessarily the blood related family members. Nation build with people that wants to be your brother, wants to be your sister, wants to be your mother, wants to be your father. And they're not blood. Develop your own nation. And you don't need a truckload of people. You don't need like hundreds of people. The nation build. I'd rather have and I said this before, but I'd rather have a strong 2 people than a weak 100. So even if you can nation build with 5 people, that's how it starts. Old school thinking versus new school thinking. New school thinking is whatever. Another new school thinking, and back to relationships, is men just tricking, trick. Now I get it. That's been going on since centuries. But you got to tell these women what you will and will not do. No buts about it. Woman, I am not going to pay your bills. And more men say that, and I don't even know you. The women have to change their philosophies, but a lot of men will pay these women their bills and take them shopping, and they just met them. Don't even know their name and flying them everywhere and stuff like that. You being disrespectful. First of all, women, and number 2, you men, you being stupid for allowing that woman to dictate the narrative. Old school thinking, you ain't getting it. End of story. New school thinking, I give it to you because you know, whatever reason. Rules, standards, how to conduct yourself as men and women. Take pride of yourself. Old school thinking, they take pride of themselves, their dress, how they carry themselves, how people talk to them. New school thinking is whatever. You could just talk crazy and act crazy. Again, no standards, no boundaries. This carries over in life, such as your job, in schools, your neighborhood, your household, children. Children will, and they'll nowadays big time. Children will just old school thinking, and I'm giving you an old school thinking mentality, what old school thinkers would think. I will not have a child of mine talking crazy to me and being disrespectful. I will kick your fucking ass. Remember that. This is just an old school thing. Not me. I'm speaking of old school thinkers. You do, if you disrespect me as a child, I will kick your fucking ass. And I don't give a flying fuck about cops. I will beat your ass, belt, stick, pipe, wrestling move, whether I would do a Ric Flair move or Undertaker move or DDT your ass, whatever it needs to be. I will put you down. You get down or you lay down, you little bastard. Little kid, whether it's a boy or girl. This is a minds of an old school thinker. And then when it's like little, children, whether they young adults or children raised up, you say, shut up, and give them that look. I will kick your fucking ass. Even if you in your 20s and you disrespect me as a parent, I will kick your ass. For real, for real. I got no marbles. You could call the cops if you want. You could call children's services. You could call up the fucking army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. It won't save you, child. Oh yeah, I might be arrested. But when I get out of jail, I will kick your ass again. And I will keep on kicking it. I'll kick your ass in the streets. I'll kick your ass definitely in the house. I'll kick your ass in your house. Whatever you like. Have it your way. Like Burger King. Have it your way. This is a mindset of an old school thinker. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying the mind of an old school thinker. And children need to know that. They need to know that you will kick the ass. And even if you get older, I will Marvin Gaye you, young child. Long as I got a good finger, a strong index finger, I stand on business, child. Just know, 80, 90 years old, it don't stop. I might can't physically kick your ass, but it's that's an old school thinking mentality. They believe I will Marvin Gaye you. And if you look up Marvin Gaye, his father had a Marvin Gaye disrespected his father. His father got that, God damn it. That was the end of his singing career. And these children need to know that that's balance. That's righteous in the name of God. So if you know that, these children know that, that will give balance because they know there's repercussions with that. But if there's not no repercussions, then they say whatever they want and do whatever they want. And these laws now pass it where they restrict parents to do whatever they want, say whatever they want. But guess what? There's always these parents, these old school thinking parents floating around on this planet stinking earth that got that mentality, young child. They just remember that. Do you know who won? Do you know, young child? Can you think about it? What adult you think might have that mentality, young child? There's always somebody on this planet Earth that got that mentality. Hopefully, you won't be Marvin Gaye. Again, that's an old school thinking. Now, the new school thinking, Johnny, can you give me a break, please? I'm tired. And little Johnny is, no, shut up. Matter of fact, say to the child, shut the fuck up. You don't know me. This is little Johnny saying that to the parents. Johnny, you stop talking to me that way because it hurts. You're being very hurtful. Well, mom, shut the fuck up. This is me. I can say whatever I want. You can't control me. And then little Johnny walks up in his room. Little Johnny Mom, you're not allowed to come in my room. Mm. House room is nasty. There's a crack pipe because little Johnny smokes weed at 12. He do whatever he want. If he don't feel like going to school, he don't go to school. If and you have to listen to little Johnny's feelings because he's at the age of becoming a teenager and going through a teenage crisis. You know, it's hard for teenagers. Like you wasn't a teenager. It's hard for teenagers. The puberty, they get it. They're going through a change. So we gotta be mindful of that change. Oh, I change you, little Johnny. You want to be changed? I change you, all right. Might be your last change, but I change you, little Johnny. I'll change you. Old school thinking. I change you. God damn it, I will change you. You want to be changed, little Johnny? I will change you. Be glad to do it. My pleasure. They don't feel like going to school, and we gotta understand their feelings. New age thinking. Little Johnny don't feel like listen to your authority. One day he might just want to say good morning. Next day or next week, he might not say good morning to you for the next week. Good morning, Johnny. I said good morning. Can't you say good morning to me? Mom, shut up. I heard you. But I'm just saying good morning. I heard you. If I feel like talking to you, I talk to you when I feel like it. Stop bugging me. Old school thinking, I'll kick your fucking ass out of here. No matter what time. 12:30 at night. Little Johnny be out the door. I don't give a fuck if wherever money you got, you don't got no money, you just gonna have to sleep. Wherever. I'm sleeping good. I don't know how you sleep, but you sleep wherever sleep in the streets with the werewolves. I'm gonna sleep good. Your ass will be out at 12. At 12 years old. I make more babies. Old school thinking. See how is this world working? This world is working so good. Mental illness. Children don't have to eat when they want it. They don't have to listen to your authority. But you still gotta pay rent though. You still gotta pay the mortgage while they living in your house. You still gotta buy food for them. Alright, alright. Old school thinking, I gotta feed you, right? I'm feed you and you acting like this? I throw your clothes out the window, out the door, your little funky underwears, whether you girl, boy, you out the door. You out of here. Old school thinking. You gonna come back with some act right, or you just be a prostitute or just a drug dealer or drug whatever in the streets. That's on you. I don't know you. Johnny, if I see you, I turn my back like I don't know you. Don't come knock on my door. I don't know you. I make more children. Again, old school thinking. Just saying. It's, I mean, old school thinking, new school thinking. I know it has to be a balance. There's certain things, even old school thinking could be over the top. I get it. But there's rules. You must obey. It's non-negotiable. This household is a communist household. This is the minds of old school thinkers. There's no democracy in this household unless you earned that right. But this communism, you must obey me. Non-negotiable. You can have it hard or you can have it easy. If you want it hard, pause, then it could go that route. And you're not going to win with an old school thinker. It is what it is. Who are you? Old school or new school? Now, there's government involved in a lot of things, how you move and think. Yes, you got to be strategic. Strategic. I can't even say that word right. You know what I mean. You got to be mindful. But guess what? You still got to stand on business. And there's ways to still get around old school thinking. There's always loopholes in the matrix. Remember that. There's always loopholes in the matrix. Everything is a loophole. That's how it is. You just got to know how to work around this system as an old school thinker and still stand on business. What? How is this world now with this new age thinking? How is this world playing out now? No religion, no boundaries. I could be whoever I want to be. You know, I can, I a lot of times it's really devil worshiping. It's being an atheist and a devil worshiper. That's what's pushed in this day and time. Old school thinking have family values, religious values, because that's the way of life. It brings structure to you and the family. Now, what it is now, promoted now. Satanism, atheism, and being a single mom. And being a strong, independent woman. That's the new age thinking. Being a strong, independent woman, you don't need a man. I could do whatever I want. And you could be 30, 40, 56 years old. This 60, 70 years old talking that I'm strong, I'm independent, I can be whatever I want to be. I don't need a man. I could do whatever. I could be with women. That's new, that's promoted. Also being promoted, no need for religion. I am religion. I don't need for God. I am God. I could do whatever I want. How that's working out for you? So God is so weak-minded, he gotta snort cocaine, take heroin, pop mollies and Percocets. You're a good God. Smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. You're a real good God. Being satanic. Now, how that working for you? You being satanic, you don't believe in God, but you believe in Satan. So there's got to be a balance. If it was good, it's evil, evil, good. But you say you believe in the devil, but you don't believe in a supreme being. You don't believe in God or the Lord, but you only believe on one side. But this is what's promoted. Old school thinking versus new school thinking. Finally, politics. Especially I say in the US today, when you had politics, you had and I'm not going to get too deep in this. Old school thinking, even politicians have standards and class. But nowadays, if you notice, politics is more of a soap opera. Uh, what this politician is going to say next, back and forth. no substantial meaning. Old school thinking, you had politicians that more stable minded. They're not going to have just anyone in politics or voted into the politics. That was, we talking centuries ago, decades ago. Now is, if you look at it, it's more of a soap opera. Just bring clicks and it just talks. Again, I'm not going to get into detail about this politics. It's not the show for it. So yeah, it's just old school thinking versus new school thinking. What say you? Which field are you in? Old school thinking or new school thinking? What works for you? You you can always email me at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And you can also like, subscribe, and share to the Oracle 19 podcast on all major platforms, the Greatness 19 channel, and Mr. Evolution of London. Until the next time.